how does it really feel to be involved with a breach in your company? Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Your boy HD. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you. If you're interested in cybersecurity news, learning about career search, job tips, learning about different tools that you could use in environments, being like something like a SOC analyst or anything else really in cybersecurity, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Help your boy out. So check this out. I was going to roll this into the last video that you guys saw, but I wanted to talk about this on my own, and it's going to piggyback off of it. It's like kind of one of the things that we see, the different things that happen with breaches and stuff like that, but I don't see too many people talking about them. I'm going to start a little bit in the beginning about something I talked about before, and then I'm going to actually go into some more recent. But on YouTube, I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this, but like 4 years ago, I was a part of WannaCry, and that was widespread ransomware on pretty much, if you were in cyber at that time, everybody seen WannaCry. And we were able to, I don't think we really had to deal with that part of it. I think we saw the symptoms. I believe actually, hang on a second, and I'm going to look exactly what the two CVEs were. I know one of them had to do with SMB, but I want to be sure. I'm back. So I'm reading on my phone real quick. WannaCry is related to CVE 2017 0143, 0144, 0145, 0146, 148, and I was right. Read description. The SMB V1 server in Microsoft Windows allows remote attackers to execute arbitrary code via crafted packets, aka Windows SMB remote code execution vulnerability. The associated ransomware attack, dubbed WannaCry, is initiated through an SMB V2 remote code execution in Microsoft Windows. This exploit, codenamed Eternal Blue, has been made available on the internet through Shadow Broker's dump on April 14, 2017, and then it was patched by Microsoft on March 14. So that was pretty much it, kind of what it was about and what it did, but it was widespread. It hit everybody. You could find on YouTube the guy who actually shut down WannaCry, but that was huge. I'm talking about, I have never seen more numbers in my life, and I'm talking about IPs. Different IPs, different systems we've seen affected with WannaCry. But granted, our network was not mature, and I worked for a bigger company at this time that should have had this stuff all under control, but look, they did not. Because really what you could have did was just send out the patch and patch all the servers for the vulnerability, and you could have mitigated this, but they weren't that smart. But needless to say, that's one of those things where, you know, it's very tiring because you have to deal with it. It doesn't stop. It's like working in the SOC is like being a combo of like a fireman and a policeman and a couple other things, because sometimes it's a fire, you got to put it out, or sometimes you're preventing something from happening. So, you know, it is what it is right there. But now let's talk about something more recent. I've alluded to this in a couple of videos before, and let's talk about it. So if you remember in my last video, I was talking about one of the issues with SOCs, or that some of the stuff is not actionable. Some of the rules aren't actionable. That can really be detrimental to your team, and I'm gonna tell you why. So in this instance, we had a certain rule that was put in place probably a year ago for this incident to happen. And over time, I just noticed we never escalated it, never worked it right. People were having wrong closed notes in it, and it had me reach out. I think I reached out to our content guys at the time. We have content meetings like every week, we talk to them every day, and I would be like, hey, this rule needs to be updated, more risk-based alerting, because right now I don't think we're doing it right, and it could come back to bite us in the butt. And sure enough, it came back to bite us in the butt. So this rule was, I don't have to say decline, but this rule, two rules in question, I think were Bloodhound and Sharphound. I would kind of explain those rules before in a other video. Bloodhound is pretty much someone in your environment, and then they're sniffing around looking for, I think it starts off with AD, looking for ways to escalate privileges and get into other type of systems. I need to read the thing for Sharphound just to make sure. Let's do it. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I know how to work these things, but I'm bad at always telling you exactly what to do. Like, and I'll tell you guys, you don't have to always remember this stuff. When these rules are created, the description of why it was created most of the time will have a link or tell you what it is in the correlations. So, Sharphound is the official data collector for Bloodhound. It is written in C# and uses native Windows API functions and LDAP namespace functions to collect data from domain controllers and domain join windows. I just read Bloodhound. Bloodhound is a tool that's used to identify the relationship of users to computers to the level of access a user has, so it's clear how an attacker would be able to move between systems and escalate privileges by abusing existing trust relationships. So I wasn't too far off with my definition of Bloodhound, but kind of just to give you guys some context behind these two rules. So back in May, I think it might have been a Friday night. I think I was already off by this time. No, I think I'm off. I was already off on Friday, so I was only working 4 days a week. And I'm paying attention to Microsoft Teams. You know, everything's going good, and I see something. I'm always checking my Teams because I am a person that has to be involved a lot, so I don't really back up and not look out for stuff. So that's one of the things, you know, I'll probably get better at that. But I'm looking in there and I'm seeing, I was like, man, what's going on? Something blowing up. I hit my level 2 up, my guy, PB. Put his name out there. He can, you know, agree to have his name on here. So I hit my guy PB up, and he's kind of like telling me like what's going on. You know, talking about, hey man, so and so just called our client who worked for. He's like, he was pissed. He was talking about the person that works for anomaly detection. And so what happened is we ended up missing these alerts. Like, I think it was like 3 different alerts, or it might have been more, but we missed them. And we would, because we've been missing them, but nothing had actually happened. So in this case, something actually did happen. And like in the other video, I was talking about lack of triage and stuff like that. That's what pretty much happened. One dude had a closed note that have nothing to do with the rule. And one dude said something that he seen somebody else say, and it was like, oh, it's internal. I'm like, what? Like, so that's one thing. So now I have my manager and we're finally talking over the weekend. We all jump on a call, and they was like, well, we need to ask them what did they do, and you guys need to rework it to see what they missed. And I'm telling them right now, I know what they did. They didn't care. Two of the guys in there never cared. They never did their work good. Well, no. One dude never cared. One dude just didn't have the concept of knowing how to triage good. One guy should have been involved, but he wasn't. So that happens, and you know, we're going through it. You know, we find out also that potentially data exfiltration took place. But you know, and I kind of skipped past some stuff. Let's go back to what should have been alarming to these guys. So one of the things that happened was a person, and I forgot how long, like whenever their account got accessed. Most of the time when the incident happens, you want to go back 6 months, maybe a year, see when the access, you know, first happened. But one person was doing stuff out of characteristic with their job title. So I'm gonna give you something easy to do. Let's say you're a SOC analyst and you see a person that's a janitor, and they are doing stuff on the server and using PS exec. That would be a red flag to you. Janitors don't do that. Let's say custodian. I think custodians are better than that. Custodians don't do that. That would be something for you to look into and really to deep dive into, because that doesn't make sense. You know, similar to this person, if you would even went back a week, you would have seen that this person never did anything. And Splunk is easy. Splunk, you should grab Splunk will go like this, and then spike up, and then keep on spiking and go down. So if it was like that and then spiked, you need to go to right before the spike and see what was going on, and look at the day everything spiked and see what's happening. That'll give you an indicator like, hey, this isn't normal. I need to bring my level 2 and level 3 guys in on this, because this is different. So guys, free game, use trend analysis anytime you're working on an alert, especially one that, you know, you're not too sure about. Trend analysis will kind of let you know if this is good behavior or bad. Like, for example, in the same breath, this is a service account, you wouldn't see it like this. You would see like that, maybe a day, and this. I know I look stupid, but I'm doing the bar graph that Splunk will show you, or you can switch to a line graph. But you will see stuff like that because service accounts is going to do a lot of IT related activity on the network. You're going to see it all the time. So that would be something that wouldn't be a cause of concern. It'd be more so an account that's like a non-admin account doing type of stuff, doing different queries on the network that you hadn't seen before. So that's what we saw. And then you had people that missed it 3 times in a row. That did not have good. They did not have good explanations of what happened. I had to work one. Everybody picked one, so I worked one super in depth, and I wish I could probably put a screenshot. Maybe if I blur it out, but show like how much work I put into that. If I could do that, I might try to do that. I put in a lot of work in them, super detailed, just from the one alert I did. It's not even an incident report, and it was a lot. So that will let somebody know that they didn't do their job, and this person was BSing. But so let me tell you about the magnitude of this. Now, when something like this happens, and it look like obvious negligence, the client's gonna say, "Hey, well, so what are you gonna do about the people that messed up?" And let's get some more context. Remember, I said like 2 of these people should have been on a different client. One of the guys, nice guy, he gave us all. He just didn't have it to work the type of alerts we did. He should have been on more MSS. And there's a difference between, I might one day do a video on the MSS and a regular SOC, but MSS doesn't really triage as much as a regular SOC does. They look at something, they don't really deep dive, and they send it over to the client. He should have been doing stuff like that. Then when it comes to one guy, he just didn't care. He didn't care even 3 years ago when he started. Just be honest, he didn't. He got too many chances. He had such a great manager that he took advantage of, and he didn't even know that, man, you got it good. So he should have been going, and this stuff could have been avoided because the writing was in the air. And it was 2 other guys that skated by that didn't get caught by this. But that is what it is. But so mind you, so now, and I'm showing you the things that happens. Now after stuff like that happens, now you got to redo the rules. Granted, it was some stuff missed on rule side with clients that they didn't have, and put it to something they're fired at. They looked at the titanium and say, "Oh, we saw this on the host and that," which we didn't see on our end. But still, even what you had, you couldn't have missed that textbook. I mean, if you just go research Bloodhound Sharp Pound and kind of see what they do, that's literally what it did. It works off of, I can't remember, I think Sharp Pound works off of, event code 4625, and I can't remember Bloodhound, but you see a lot of those out of nowhere. It's a flag. Like the Twitter, look, I might put some red flags right here, like on Twitter, red flag. But man, that was just crazy when it happened. And that so now that put us down. They put these people on I think 3 or 4 weeks paid leave so they can investigate. I don't know why. 2 of them end up going to different contracts. One guy ended up just getting another position, and so they left us 3 men short, and everybody had to work hard. So these are the ramifications when you come into somewhere and you don't know how to do your job, or you don't want to. You leave your teammates out to dry, and so short staff, working longer hours, working a lot of alerts. It was hectic for a while, man, for real. That sucked for a while, but I did a good job in bringing my protege onto the team, and then we got some other people, so they're good now. They're gonna be good. But that the fact when someone says data exfiltration, and it's one of the things we always look for. We look for lateral movement, or look for if an incident that's taking place. That's scary, and considering who our client was, you don't want that stuff getting out. Somebody do data exfiltration on you, it's a big problem. If a lot happens, maybe everybody get canned. So take your job seriously. I know people try to look down on SOCs, but SOCs are very vital. If we aren't there, they get burned. We don't even see it. Anomaly doesn't review it either. So please just remember, incidents could be crazy. I know you guys wanted a super crazier story. I'm pretty sure I will go through some of those. Matter of fact, I did witness something it wasn't necessarily an incident with us, but it was pretty interesting. That might be a podcast episode, but I'm here to tell you guys, man, this stuff is real. Take your job seriously, man. And if you want to be in a SOC, man, try to get better every day. Detailed notes. Always show your work. Show why you came to this conclusion, so people can back you up when they go to bat for you and say, well, they said they did this and this. If you got 2 sentences on something that should have taken about 45 minutes to look at, yeah, that's not gonna catch the blood. So just remember to take it from me. But this is the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up icon, and as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. Shout out to O'Shea Juke Jackson, man. It's your boy HD, and I'm out.